Simple Alzheimer's disease is a disease that devastates countless lives, and now a new test could lead to early detection. But will diagnosed patients be willing to prepare for what lies ahead? News 4's Dr. Peter Ostro reports.
I'll forget the names of movies, a friend's name, sometimes the day of the week.
Barbara Gauthier is participating in an Alzheimer's study because she'd like to know if that's what will happen to her. And now we're a big step closer to being able to discover that. A normal brain looks like this through a microscope, but in Alzheimer's there are prominent deposits of a substance called amyloid, shown here. That accumulates over many years.
Alzheimer's is a slowly developing disease, and it starts out when we're perfectly normal and gradually develops over a period of years and years of time.
Amyloid and another protein called tau are deposited in the brain as Alzheimer's develops. They're also released into the spinal fluid. Dr. Shaw and his colleagues have developed a test that can measure them after a simple spinal tap. They tried it on more than 400 people and found a typical combination in 90% of those with Alzheimer's. They also found it in 72% of those with mild cognitive impairment. Many of them developed Alzheimer's over the next 5 years. It was also present in 36% of normal people who might be at risk.
We have to go to very early patients who have just the beginnings of Alzheimer's in their brains, and those are the people we need a way to identify to test the treatments.
Now, there are some treatments for Alzheimer's that ought to work based on the science, but they haven't been very effective, and maybe that's because they haven't been given soon enough. If we could identify people earlier, maybe with this test, then the treatments might be more useful.
You know, we've been talking about this, though. What is the point of knowing? You think, well, I'd like to know if I were going to develop Alzheimer's. What's the point of knowing if there's no cure, there's no real treatment for it?
Well, the only way we're going to develop better treatments is by testing them on the right people, okay? And they might work, and you'd hate to miss out.
Oh, okay. Well, there's good food for thought there. Thanks.
Thanks, Doc.